Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. We are here in the Bonsai Zone and we got a lot of snow. I moved a lot of my trees into the greenhouse yesterday because it was getting quite cold at night, -8 degrees. And then we got hit by a bit of a snowstorm. You can see the thuja trees here, just loaded down with snow. All my trees are buried. Yeah, so I put all the less hardy trees into the greenhouse here yesterday. Put the little heater on. I'll see if I can get in there. I might be able to if I move all this snow out of the way here. Let's see. Oh yeah. Whoa. So here we are in the greenhouse. You can see the weight of the snow on the roof is kind of caving in the plastic here. But yeah, they're in here. It's you can definitely feel it's warmer in here, even though the snow hasn't melted on the trees. But that little heater down there is doing its job, keeping. Well, let's see what temperature it is. It's about -4 in here, which is pretty good considering it was -8 last night. So yeah, so I've got to get this snow moved off here. Yeah, so I'm inside now. I've closed the door. I'll just put my gloves down here. It is quite a bit warmer in here. It feels quite nice, actually. I think that thermometer is right by the door. I think the actual temperature is probably... Yeah, this snow is packing snow. So if you look at the snow and you grab it and you can squeeze it together and it sticks together, that means it's very close to freezing. So it's nice in here. Probably the ideal temperature to overwinter trees. All right. Well, let's see if I can get this off the roof more. Well, what I'll do is move one of these trees out of the way, I think. Now, I can get this forest outside. Now, I can go in and get the rest of that snow off. All the trees are looking really good in here. Yeah, not a bad place to overwinter them. All right, my next task will be to do the garage. Get the door closed again here. There we go. Yeah, the garage that's over the Porsche. It's got all kinds of snow. Look at the snow on top of here. Wow. There's the American elms. Looking very snowy too. Yeah, I didn't have room for all my trees in the greenhouse. There's the clump style thuja forest here. Can't see too much of that. But I didn't have room for everything in there, so these ones, luckily they have a good covering of snow. They should be okay. The snow protects the trees in the winter. This is the old, garage that the Porsche is in. It's very old now, and this is its last year. It is falling apart, and you can see up here how the roof is kind of bowed in, and there's a big hole in it. So I've just got to do the same thing. Knock all the snow off the roof. Oh, there's a bird in here. Interesting. Yeah, you can see the pile of snow on top of the Porsche there. So, yeah, next year we either have to get a new cover or you can get these rounded ones so the snow doesn't accumulate on the roof. Might get one of those. And the Porsche's coming out next year to be worked on, so that will be really fun and exciting. And a challenge. All right, let's do the garage now. Pretty heavy. So you can see how it's getting lighter now. The snow's coming off. All right, time to do this panel now. Four more panels to go. Whew, hard work. Yeah, so there's this pile of snow on top of the Porsche there. It's a 911 Targa, 911S, 1970. Got the Carrera tail on it. She's a beaut. Okay, I gotta finish doing this. Then I gotta do the driveway outside. So we'll come back for that. I noticed on the plant room that the icicles are only on the spot over the porch where it's not insulated. Where I insulated the roof, it looks good. So a bit of snow on the vehicles too. There's the truck. Covered in snow. I've got the garage all cleaned off. Now it's time to finish the car and then the driveway. You can see this snow is a lot colder. It doesn't pack together. It's loose. No matter how hard you squeeze, it just kind of crumbles. So that one kind of stuck together. But yeah, much colder out here than in the greenhouse. When you get a snowstorm like this, quite often it takes you from the morning to mid-afternoon to get all the driveway shoveled, the cars cleaned off, all your snow removal work done. It's a good workout though. So that was just a warm-up doing everything so far. Now comes the real work, doing the driveway. I am all done the driveway. My neighbor with the snowblower came over and helped me out, so that was really nice of him. So yeah, all the hard work is done. Look at that. So now it's time to go in and do some bonsai work. I'm in the plant room now, and today I'll be working on my Sabre Leaf Ficus. The last time I worked on this tree was almost a year ago, where I repotted it and root pruned it. And I've just been letting it grow since then. This tree was down in the basement and I just brought it up today. So it's warming up. I can feel the pot is still quite cold. I gave it a good watering and now I'm going to do some work on the branches. Here's a look at the roots now. And I did a fair amount of root work when I repotted this last year. Let's go back and have a look at the history of this tree. I've had this plant for about 15 years. I got it long ago. I was inspired by a tree I saw in one of the malls around here. It was this kind of ficus, a Sabre Leaf Ficus, and they had them as large mall plants, and they had all these fantastic aerial roots. And the foliage, I really liked the foliage, the way it kind of hung down like this. And I thought, well, I'll try making it a bonsai. Doing directional pruning to an outward-facing leaf, just to get the shape a little more compact. Today's video is more of an introduction to this tree. We'll be making more videos of it in future, following it along its bonsai journey. That's got the root removed right from the base there. I'm very happy with this section now. It'll heal over really nicely, and it flows down nicely into the soil. That's the good thing about it. I could cut them off shorter. they don't need to be that long because they're near the edge of the pot here, so I'll cut them off. And this one to here. Actually, I'll cut that one here, like that. And this one to here. So I'll be able to get those into the pot nicely. And this type of technique works really well. The roots heal in about 2 to 3 years, and it just looks like it's 2 roots instead of 1. Yeah, it's coming. There. Nice. That looks much better without that bulbous root sticking up. Okay, I am now going to start filling in the soil. So here I go. This tree is not a very good looking tree yet, and all this work I'm doing is for the future. So, you know, someday as I develop the top of the tree, it'll have the root base to match the quality of the top. So, you know, you don't want to ignore your roots and develop this beautiful top on a tree. You know, you have a beautiful top and an ugly root base. So you want to do both. You want to develop your root base and the top of the tree at the same time. I'm back to present day time now. I'll rotate the tree around so you can see what it looks like. It's getting quite large. It had a good summer of growth this year. Put on a lot of new branches and leaves, and I'm going to start the pruning today by reducing all the new growth from the summer back to the first or second set of leaves, depending on what direction they're going. So here I go. This will just make the tree more compact. That's bringing it down in size. It's getting a little more compact. I've got a new branch down here that crosses across all the other trunks. So I'm going to take that off. So here I go. Like that. That cleans up that area a bit. I found one more crossing branch here, so I'll take that off. Like that. That's better. I'm having a look at the overall design of the tree now. So I think this is the front here that you're seeing. It looks pretty good from the back too, but I would probably have to remove that one trunk line. I think that was the front at one time on the tree, but yeah, I think it looks much better. This is the front. So I'm looking at the front view and just, I want to reduce the height. I've got an aerial root coming off the trunk here that goes into the ground. So I want to keep that, but I don't want the height going really tall. So I think I've got a place I could prune off a trunk here. I've got a leader coming out the front here, a nice transition. So I'll remove that strong upper section of the trunk here. So I'll come in with my pruners and just cut it off roughly at first. So here I go. Like that. There goes the top off the tree. Now I'll come in and clean up that cut. So there's the front now. I'll rotate it around so I can see it again from the front and do some further cuts. I'm going to reduce the top off here using this as my leader for the branch. Like that. I'll need to reduce this long straight section here back, so I'm going to have to just make a cut and hope I get new branches in this area. So here I go. Like that. I've got a branch here that kind of cuts across the design. I think I'll remove that also, like that. I can improve this transition here now that that branch is gone. So I'll do that so it heals over nicely in the future. Like that. Nice transition now from this branch going up to here. I can reduce the height down here. I can take it off here like that. And I'm going to reduce this branch back. It's getting too long. Like that. I've got a lot of branches at the back here, all coming the same direction. I think I want to take this upper one off here, so I'll do that. Like that. I'll shorten this one back to here. And I'll shorten the apex back to there. And then I've got a long branch coming out from here. I need to shorten that. So I'll just take it back right to here, like that. I got some branches up here that it needs shortening. Yeah, some of these ones up here need shortening. Here. Quite a tough cut there. Another one here. And I think I'll take this one back to here. I'm debating on whether to take that branch off there. If this top canopy fills out, you know, this one would come off to the side. I think I will. I think I'll take that one off. Like that. That kind of cleans up the upper structure. It gives me room for a nice canopy up there. A lot of branches on the cutting room floor today. Wow. That was quite a hard prune. But now, because the tree's brought up into the warmth, it's going to explode in growth. It's got all that vigor. It's just going to shoot new branches out everywhere. I'm just having a final look at the tree. I don't like this trunk line comes up and then I've got this kind of funny curve here. And then, you know, the leader kind of almost kind of crosses back over top of the tree. There's a lot of problems with this tree. These two trunks kind of cross over each other, especially like in this kind of a view. I do like the root base from this view. I think it looks really nice and powerful. Yeah, I think there'll be further work on this tree in the future, that's for sure. I think I'm going to see what happens. Maybe I'll get branches coming out on this side. Something I can work with in the future. But for now, I can't really do a whole lot unless I do some really drastic pruning, taking this whole top off and, you know, reducing this back tree down, which I could do. I could take this back tree down, taking the top off and growing this, which would probably be good because the back leader is quite tall, you know, for its thickness compared to the main tree, which is, you know, this height, but it's very thick. This one's almost the same height and it's quite skinny, so it'd be better if I did take it off to there, I think. So I think I'll do that. Here I go. I'm going to have to get in from above like this. All right, off with the top, like that. Yeah, so that's reduced down now. Yeah, I think that's much better. I'm still unhappy with this kind of curvy top here, but I don't think I can do much about it for now. You know, other than I could cut it off short, try and get branching happening, which I think I'll do. I'm just not happy with the way it is. I'm going to I'm going to take a vertical cut here and see what happens. So here I go. Like that. Quite a reduction. There's what the tree looks like now. Now my next problem is this is too tall compared to the height of the main trunk, so that's going to have to be reduced down now. And again, it's got that similar thing where, you know, the trunk's been growing up, I cut it, a side branch is taking over as a leader, and it's got this kind of curve which I don't really like, so I'm wondering if I should do a hard prune there also. Something like I did up there. If I just prune it off here, I don't know, it's just leaning over too much, so I'm going to try that. I'm going to try hard prune right here and see what happens. So here I go. Like that. That is one pruned up tree now. I'll just rotate the root base around so you can see what it looks like now. Yeah, a rather interesting tree. I'll rotate the tree around once again so you can see what the top structure looks like. So here I go. Back to the front. Quite a severe reduction of the Sabre Leaf Ficus today. It'll be interesting to see how the tree reacts to this severe pruning and breaking its dormancy coming from the cold basement into the warm plant room. I'll keep you updated in future episodes. That's all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.